Good morning, folks. We're going to do a little live style here this morning at spaceweathernews.com, just in case a situation ever arises again where all over the internet they are calling for a major solar storm and you haven't heard me say anything. Well, we're over here at spaceweathernews.com and you can come here anytime. Over here you see the two 48-hour rotations that we've got of the sun. Over on the left in orange, this is 193 angstroms, ionized iron. And over on the right, this is ionized helium, 304 angstroms. You can see in these 48-hour rotations that absolutely nothing has occurred over the last 2 days. We're going to come down now to the solar flares. We have the last 6 hours and the last 3 days over on the right, and you can see we are very much flatlined as there are no sunspots. We are in sunspot minimum of the 11-year cycle. So we come down to the solar wind, and you can see that we did have that slight intensification we talked about. It was not major. We have not even cracked 500 kilometers per second. And you might recall that instead of major solar storms, we were predicting a KP4 or 5, and we did have a couple of KP4 events overnight. We are starting to wane now. Let's take a look at what effects we did have, though. So even though there was not an official geomagnetic storm, we did get that KP4 instability, and you can find moderate disruptions at low level at high latitude. No real equatorial effects. A closer look at the United States reveals a brief surge above average electric potential from the northeast, but still was not anything into scary range. I want to come now to Rutgers snow cover for the northern hemisphere. It shows a clear shift where in both the fall and winter snow cover is increasing, but a decreasing trend in springtime shows how winter snow cover is changing in both amount and timing. Also want to mention that officially for the second year in a row, the February snow cover in the north was above average. One link I want to share with you today is about our magnetic dust cloud, the third shield you might remember. Interesting facts about it and the magnetic field it has, which appears to be relatively dipole, just like the Earth's field and the Sun's field. We'll quickly look at some weather where the worst of the U.S. snowstorms is breaking for the day, while convergence lines take heavy rain over large swaths of Europe. Meanwhile, it is a calmer day in the east as well, except for the western Indian Ocean where the strongest storm on Earth is at the coastline of Madagascar. Eyes on that one. Folks, we will have a special interview coming up in just a few hours. In just a few minutes of it, you will have full understanding of why satellite galaxies violate dark matter models. I'll see you soon, flanked by a world-class cosmologist. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.